normal condition for all humankind. It is the orderly state of being. Orderly state of being. So what we mean by this is that when your mind, and we're going to talk more about this later, when your mind is in order, then all that concerns you would express health. Huh? It is a state of being sound or whole in mind, body, soul, emotions, your relationships, and your pocketbook. Huh? And I want to share with you 3 things that comes as a result of wholeness, or wholeness is realized as a result of knowing these 3 things. You ready? The first one is knowing, and let me say this. A lot of what I'm going to say, you probably heard before. But I invite you to approach this lesson with fresh ears, as if you were hearing it for the first time. The first one is knowing who we truly are. Do you know who you are? Do you know yourself as a spiritual being? Do you know yourself as a child of God? The second one is, write this down, being true to yourself. I'm going to break this down a little further. And the third one is being in harmony with ourselves. You know, a lot of people break the word up, dis-ease, to mean dis-ease, not being at ease with yourself. Now, this is very important, because as a result of not being at ease with yourself, it causes a lot of disharmony to show up in your life. Huh? And I want to work with this on 2 levels. The first level is knowing yourself as a spiritual being, not knowing yourself as being human. Now, I know some of y'all gonna. But the truth of the thing is, we're not human. We're spiritual. Now, humanness is not based upon the fact that you got a physical body. You see, the physical body is not what makes us human. Humanness is because of a set of beliefs that we entertain. That is what makes us human, our beliefs. Our beliefs in limitation, our beliefs in not knowing that truly we are infinite in potential. That we have infinite potential to be, to do, and to have. The second thing is, I want you to work with, is not being true to who you are. Now you may say, well, what do you mean by that? You see, God put us all here for a specific purpose. And many of us are not being true to that purpose. And that is what is causing so much of our frustrations and upsets and disappointments and us not being at ease with ourselves, because we're not living according to the purpose that God has put us here. We're trying to live another life. We're living a lie because you're not being true to who you are. And I would bet that if you could just sit down for a minute and think about it and reflect upon it, that most of your frustrations in your relationships, in your finances, in your body, is all an indication that you're not being true to yourself. And a lot of the dis-eases that we go through is an opportunity for us to come to ourselves, like the prodigal son, and begin to live true to ourselves. You know, that's what happened. I'm going to go over this further on to our founder, part of her story. She went through what she went through, and it caused her to become true to herself and start the movement that she started. You follow me? Now, because we're not being true to ourselves, we are frustrating our potential. So a lot of your frustrations is not because somebody else is getting on your nerve. A lot of your frustrations is not because the boss is not being the boss you think he should be or she should be. It's because you're frustrating your potential by not living up to your purpose that God has put you here for. Now, some of y'all know that's true about yourself. God put each of us here for a reason. And I would urge you, encourage you to take some time to discover, why am I here? You know, not living up to our purpose is like an orange, or an apple trying to be an orange. Can you imagine that? Just use imagination for a minute. You got an apple. It was put here to be an apple. And it's trying to be an orange. Huh? What do you think is going to happen to that apple after a while? It's not going to work. It's going to be frustrated. It's going to be upset. It's going to be disappointed because it's trying to be what it's not. And that's how some of us are right now. We're apples trying to be oranges. I think you get the point. Let's go to our thesis. I want to work with this for a minute. Let's read our thesis together.